The autumn light filters through bare branches, casting skeletal shadows across my father's casket. I focus on these shifting patterns, anything to avoid looking at my mother's face, as she grips the arm of a girl I've never seen before. A girl who can't be more than 24, wearing a black dress that still has the fresh pressed creases of a recent purchase. My throat burns with unshed tears. Dad always said I was just like him, better at swallowing pain than showing it. Now his silence is permanent, and mine feels like it might choke me. Zariah, my mother's voice cuts through the minister's droning. Come meet your sister. Sister. The word hits me like a physical blow. I'm an only child. Was an only child. The girl beside my mother shifts uncomfortably, her eyes downcast. This is Serena, my mother continues, her voice carrying that artificial sweetness that always meant trouble when I was growing up. Your father and I have been meaning to tell you about her for some time. The minister pauses his eulogy, clearly sensing the tension crackling through our small gathering. My childhood friend Michelle squeezes my hand, but I barely feel it. Everything has gone numb except the pounding in my chest. What are you talking about? My voice comes out hoarse, unfamiliar. Perhaps this isn't the best time, the family lawyer, Harrison, interjects. He's been hovering at the edges of our group, clutching his briefcase like a shield. No, this is exactly the right time, my mother says. Miguel would have wanted everything out in the open. I want to scream that she doesn't get to speak for him anymore. That 28 years of being his daughter gives me more right to know what he would have wanted. But the words stick in my throat as Harrison steps forward, pulling papers from his briefcase. Your father made some adjustments to his will in the final months, he explains, not quite meeting my eyes. He legally recognized Serena as his daughter and adjusted the inheritance accordingly. The ground seems to tilt beneath my feet. Michelle's grip tightens, keeping me anchored. What adjustments? I manage to ask. The estate will be divided between your mother and Serena, Harrison says quietly. He felt they needed the security more. A hollow laugh escapes me. Security? I'm being erased. No one's erasing you, dear. My mother's tone is placating, but her eyes are hard. Your father simply wanted to make things right with Serena. You've always been so independent, so capable. The girl, Serena, finally looks up at me. There's something in her expression I can't quite read. Guilt, fear, whatever it is, it makes my skin crawl. Did you know about this? I ask her directly. Before today? She opens her mouth to respond, but my mother answers for her. Serena has been through enough. This isn't the time for interrogations. I look down at my father's casket, polished wood reflecting the weak sunlight. Dad and I had our Sunday calls every week, even after I moved across the city. He never mentioned Serena, never hinted at any of this, but there had been something different in his voice these past few months. A hesitation when I asked about Mom. A heaviness in his silences. The minister clears his throat, clearly eager to continue the service. But as everyone's attention shifts back to him, I catch something from the corner of my eye. Serena slipping something into her pocket. Something that glints like metal. My father's watch. The one he always said would be mine someday. The numbness inside me cracks, letting in a flood of white-hot rage. But before I can speak, before I can move, I feel it. The faintest brush against my arm, like fingertips I've known all my life. A presence so familiar it stops my breath. For just a moment, I swear I can smell Dad's aftershave, hear the echo of his laugh. And underneath it all, a certainty blooms. He's trying to tell me something. Something hidden in those strange, heavy silences of our final conversations. The minister's words wash over me, meaningless now. My mother stands triumphant beside her new daughter, but I barely see them. My eyes are fixed on the casket, on the last physical reminder of the man who raised me. The man who taught me that silence often holds the deepest truths. I will find out what really happened in those final months. What turned my father's love into disinheritance. What secrets lie beneath this performance of grief and family, even if it means burning everything to the ground. The box of photos sits heavy in my lap, each one a knife twisting deeper. Dad and me at my college graduation, teaching me to drive, building that ridiculous treehouse that nearly killed us both. His smile never changes. Warm, steady, real. Nothing like the tight grimace I'd seen in our last few video calls. I'm sitting cross-legged on his study floor, surrounded by the remnants of his life. Mom's already talking about clearing things out, but I convinced her to give me today. Just today, to say goodbye to this room that smells like leather and old books and him. My fingers brush something sharp beneath a stack of papers. A leather-bound journal I've never seen before, its spine cracked with use. My heart stutters as I open it, recognizing Dad's precise handwriting. "What are you doing in here?" I slam the journal shut, shoving it behind me as my mother appears in the doorway. She's changed out of her funeral clothes into one of her designer suits, perfectly put together as always. "Just looking through some memories," I say, holding up a photo. "Remember this camping trip?" She barely glances at it. "Serena's moving into your old room next week. I need this space cleared by then." The casual cruelty of it steals my breath. "My room? You're giving her my room?" It's not your room anymore, Zariah. You haven't lived here in years." She steps closer, surveying the mess I've made. "And you're making this harder than it needs to be. Your father made his choices." "Did he?" I stand up, the journal pressing against my back. Because the father I knew wouldn't just replace me without a reason. Something flickers across her face. Fear? But it's gone so fast I might have imagined it. "People change," she says. "Even parents. Even the ones we think we know completely." "Not like this." I grab another photo, thrust it at her. "Look at him here. Look at how he was with me. Tell me that was a lie." She pushes the photo away. "You always did idolize him too much. Made him into something he wasn't." "The only person making him into something he wasn't is you." The words burn coming out, but I can't stop. "What did you do to him? What did you and Serena—" "Oh, enough!" Her voice cracks like a whip. "I've been patient with your accusations because you're grieving. But if you can't accept reality, maybe you should leave." "Fine." I gather the photos, sliding the journal into my bag while her back is turned. "But this isn't over." "It is over, Zariah. The will is clear. The decisions are made." She blocks the doorway, her expression softening into something almost pitying. "Let it go. Move on. That's what your father would want." "No?" The certainty in my voice surprises us both. "That's what you want, and you don't get to speak for him anymore." I push past her, photos clutched to my chest. But at the stairs, I pause. "You know what's strange? Dad called me every Sunday for years. Never missed once. Except for the last 3 months. That's when everything changed, wasn't it?" She doesn't answer, but her silence says enough. Back in my apartment, I curl up in my reading chair. The one Dad helped me pick out when I first moved in. The journal sits unopened in my lap, heavy with possibilities. Part of me wants to call Michelle, let her steady presence ground me before I dive in. But this feels private, sacred. The first few pages are ordinary enough. Appointments, random thoughts, grocery lists. But then the tone changes. The handwriting gets tighter, more urgent. "Something's wrong," he wrote. "The numbers don't add up. Karen's hiding something, but when I ask, she—" The entry ends abruptly. I flip through more pages, heart pounding as his notes become more cryptic. References to bank accounts I've never heard of. A series of dates and locations. And on the last page, a roughly drawn map with an X marked in red ink. Something falls from between the pages, a small scrap of paper with an address I don't recognize. Below it, in Dad's handwriting, "The truth is here. Be careful who you trust." My hands shake as I read the words again. All those silent moments in our final calls. He was trying to tell me something, leading me here. I grab my phone, pull up the address on my map app. It's on the other side of the city, in an area I've never visited. Every instinct says to wait, to think this through. But Dad's words echo in my head. Be careful who you trust. Right now, the only person I trust is him. I grab my keys, the journal secure in my bag. Whatever truth Dad wanted me to find, whatever he was afraid to say out loud, I'm going to find it. Tonight. The journal sits open on my steering wheel, its pages ghostly blue in the dashboard lights. I've been parked outside this abandoned strip mall for 20 minutes, trying to match Dad's crude map to the reality in front of me. The empty storefronts stare back like dead eyes, their windows papered over with ancient, for lease signs. My phone buzzes. Terrence. I've been ignoring his calls since the funeral, but something makes me answer this time. Where are you? His voice is tight with worry. Michelle said you weren't answering texts. I'm fine. The lie tastes bitter. Just needed some space. At midnight? In the industrial district? There's a pause. I can see your location, Z. You shared it with me last year, remember? I close my eyes, cursing my past self's safety precautions. I'm handling something. Let me help. The gentleness in his voice nearly breaks me. Whatever it is, you don't have to do it alone. The words catch in my throat. Terrence has been my rock since college, the one person who's seen me at my worst and stayed anyway. But this feels different. Dangerous, maybe. Can you? I swallow hard. Can you just stay on the phone while I check something? I'm already getting in my car. No, don't. But he's hung up. I grab my flashlight and Dad's journal, scanning the area one more time. According to the map, there should be something behind the old pharmacy. My shoes crunch on broken glass as I pick my way through the empty parking lot. The back of the building is worse. Graffiti-covered walls, overflowing dumpsters. But there, half hidden behind a rusted air conditioning unit, is a door with a familiar symbol scratched into its frame. The same symbol from Dad's map. My hands shake as I trace the marking. What was he doing in a place like this? A noise behind me makes me spin, heart in my throat. But it's just a cat darting between shadows. Still, the fear jolts me into action. I pull out the key I found tucked into the journal's binding and slide it into the lock. It fits. Inside, the darkness is absolute. My flashlight beam reveals shelves of old files, dusty furniture. The air smells of mold and secrets. What the hell are you doing here? I whirl around, nearly dropping the flashlight. Serena stands in the doorway, her face pale in the reflected light. I could ask you the same thing. My voice sounds steadier than I feel. She steps inside, closing the door behind her. You found his journal. Not a question. My grip tightens on the flashlight. How did you know about it? Because he showed it to me. She moves closer, and I see tears in her eyes. The day before he died, he made me promise to help you find it. Liar! The word comes out as a snarl. You're not his daughter. You're just part of whatever scheme. You're right. Her voice cracks. I'm not his daughter. I'm his witness. Before I can process this, headlights sweep across the windows. Car doors slam outside. They followed me, Serena whispers. I'm sorry, I tried to lose them, but who followed you? Your mother's lawyers, the ones who helped her. She grabs my arm. We need to go, now. I'm not going anywhere with you. But even as I say it, I hear voices approaching. Zariah, please. Her fingers dig into my arm. I know where there's another exit. I know what your father was trying to protect, but we have to move. The voices are right outside now. I think of Dad's warning. Be careful who you trust. But something in Serena's fear feels genuine. Raw. Fine. I shove the journal into my bag. But if this is a trick, it's not. She pulls me toward the back of the room. Your father saved my life. Now I'm trying to save yours. A pounding on the front door makes us both jump. I hear a key in the lock. This way! Serena yanks open a hidden panel in the wall, some kind of maintenance access. As we slip through, my phone buzzes. Terrence. Almost there. Where exactly are you? I type back quickly. Had to run. I'm safe. Trust me. But am I? I'm following my replacement through a dark tunnel, running from my mother's lawyers, chasing my dead father's secrets. The panel clicks shut behind us, plunging us into darkness broken only by our flashlight beams. Ahead, Serena moves with the certainty of someone who's been here before. "Start talking," I tell her as we hurry through the passage. "Tell me everything." "Not here." Her voice echoes softly. "But I will. Your father left something else for you. Something that will explain everything." Behind us, I hear the front door open. Voices call my name. We run faster, deeper into the dark, toward whatever truth Dad died protecting. The wind whips across the abandoned parking garage, carrying the scent of rain. Serena leads me to a concrete pillar marked with the same symbol from the storage room. My flashlight beam catches her hands shaking as she counts the panels above it. "Here!" She presses against one section, and something clicks. A small door swings open, revealing a wall safe. "He installed it himself. Said no one would think to look in a place like this." My father, the straight-laced accountant, hiding safes in abandoned buildings. The world keeps tilting sideways. "The combination?" I ask. "He said you'd know it?" Serena steps back, wrapping her arms around herself. "Something about your mother's garden?" The memory hits like a punch to the gut. Mom's prized roses, the ones Dad helped me count every spring. 23 red, 16 white, 9 yellow. The same numbers for 15 years, until she tore them out 3 months ago to put in a meditation pond. My fingers move on autopilot. 23, 16, EZ09. The safe clicks open. Inside lies a thick manila envelope and a handwritten note in Dad's familiar script. "For Zariah, the truth costs. Make sure you're ready to pay." "We should hurry," Serena whispers. "They'll figure out where we went eventually." I pull out the envelope, but something else catches my eye. A small velvet box. Inside is Dad's class ring, the one he never took off. My throat closes up. "He wasn't sick, was he?" The question comes out raw. Serena's silence is answer enough. The envelope contains documents, bank statements, emails, photographs. My hands tremble as I scan them under the flashlight. Numbers jump out at me, transactions that make no sense. Mom's signature appearing on papers dated when she was supposedly at her yoga retreat. And photos of her meeting with men in suits, looking nothing like the grieving widow she's playing now. She was embezzling, I breathe. From Dad's company? From everyone. Serena's voice is bitter. "I was her assistant at the investment firm. That's how I found out. She was running a scheme across multiple companies, using your father's reputation as cover." "And you what? Decided to blackmail her?" "No." Serena steps forward, then catches herself. "I went to your father. He was already suspicious, but he needed proof. We worked together, gathering evidence. He was going to expose everything, but then a car engine echoes through the garage. We both freeze. "He changed the will to protect you," Serena continues quickly. "Your mother threatened to drag you into it if he went public. Said she'd make it look like you were involved." The documents blur in my shaking hands. "So he cut me off, made it look like we were estranged. To give you deniability. He was going to tell you everything that Sunday, but—" She swallows hard. "Thursday night, he called me, saying he'd found something big. Friday morning, he was dead." "Heart attack," I say numbly. "That's what they told me." "Your mother's very good at making things look natural." Footsteps now, echoing up the stairwell. Multiple sets. I shove everything back into the envelope, except the ring, which I slip onto my thumb. "We need to—" "Zariah!" Terrence's voice rings out, making us both jump. "Are you up here?" Relief floods through me, followed immediately by fear. "You need to hide," I tell Serena. "You trust him?" "With my life." The certainty in my voice surprises even me. She nods once and slips behind a concrete barrier, just as Terrence appears, looking worried and slightly out of breath. "Jesus, Z, what are you doing up here? Michelle's freaking out. Your mom's lawyers are looking for you. I know why Dad died." The words tumble out. I know what Mom did. His expression shifts from concern to something harder. "Show me." I hand him the envelope. Watch his face as he scans the contents under his phone light. See the moment understanding hits. We need to take this to the police, he says. Not yet. I think of Dad's warning about the cost of truth. Mom has connections. We need more proof, something she can't bury. We? His eyes search mine. I can't ask you to risk. Stop. He grips my shoulders. I'm with you, whatever you need, but no more running off alone, okay? Behind him, Serena emerges from her hiding spot. Terrence tenses, but I shake my head. She's with us, I tell him. She was helping Dad. Thunder rumbles overhead as Terrence absorbs this. Finally, he nods. Your place isn't safe. You can both crash at mine while we figure out next steps. There's one more thing we need to check first. Serena pulls out her phone, showing us an email. Your father's last message to me, about a hidden account in the Caymans. I stare at the screen, at the trail of breadcrumbs Dad left behind. Mom's going to notice we took the documents. Good. The word comes out like a promise. Let her worry. Rain begins to fall as we hurry toward Terrence's car, the envelope secure against my chest. Dad's ring feels warm against my skin, like a pulse, like a purpose. Let her worry. Let her wonder what else he left behind. The game is changing, and she doesn't even know we're playing yet. Terrence's apartment feels like a war room at 3 a.m. Papers cover every surface, laptop screens glow with financial records, and empty coffee cups litter the floor. I've been staring at the same email chain for an hour, trying to make sense of the transactions hidden in Dad's careful notes. Look at this. Serena points to her screen. Every Thursday for 6 months, exactly $50,000 transferred to an account in Grand Cayman, but the company records show different amounts. She was skimming. Terrence rubs his eyes. Creating fake vendor payments and pocketing the difference. Not just skimming. I hold up one of Dad's documents. She was falsifying entire client portfolios. People lost everything while she... My phone buzzes. Mom's name on the screen makes my stomach lurch. Answer it, Serena says. She'll get suspicious if you don't. I put the phone on speaker. Hello? Where are my documents, Soraya? Her voice is deadly calm. What documents? Don't play games. The storage unit was accessed last night. Files are missing. A pause. Did your new friend Serena help you break in? My eyes meet Serena's across the room. She's gone pale. I don't know what you're talking about, I say carefully. Really? Then why did building security catch you on camera? Both of you. She sighs. I'm trying to protect you, sweetheart. You have no idea what you're getting into. Like you protected Dad? The silence stretches so long, I think she's hung up. Then, come home. Bring everything back. We can discuss this like family. Family? I laugh, and it sounds like breaking glass. You threatened to frame me for your crimes. You drove Dad to... Your father made his choices. Her voice hardens. Just like you're making yours. But remember, I still have friends at the SEC. One phone call, and your name gets added to their investigation. The line goes dead. She's bluffing, Terrence says quickly. She can't really... Yes, she can. Serena slumps against the wall. I've seen her do it before. Why do you think no one else came forward? My hands won't stop shaking. I grab Dad's ring, twisting it around my thumb. We need to move faster. I turn back to the laptop. Dad's last email mentioned another account. Something about a safety deposit box? Soraya. Terrence's voice is gentle. Maybe we should take this to the authorities. Let them... No! The word comes out sharp. You heard her. She's got people everywhere. We need something concrete, something she can't twist. My phone buzzes again. A text from Michelle. Your mom just called me. She's worried about you. What's going on? She's starting to isolate you, Serena says, reading over my shoulder. Turn people against you. It's what she does. I think of Michelle, my oldest friend. The thought of losing her trust makes my chest ache. I need air. I grab my jacket, heading for Terrence's balcony. The city spreads out below, a maze of lights and shadows. Somewhere out there, Mom is making calls, pulling strings, trying to erase me just like she erased Dad. The balcony door slides open. Terrence steps out, wrapping a blanket around my shoulders. Talk to me, he says quietly. What if we're wrong? The fear I've been fighting finally breaks through. What if Dad was confused or, hey! He turns me to face him. You saw the evidence. Trust your instincts. My instincts are screaming to run, to let it go before. I swallow hard. She's going to destroy everything I have left. Not everything. His hand finds mine, warm and steady. Some things can't be taken away. The moment stretches, charged with something new. Something that makes my heart race for reasons that have nothing to do with fear. A crash from inside breaks the spell. We rush back in to find Serena standing over a shattered mug, staring at her phone. What's wrong? Your mother's lawyers just filed emergency papers. Her voice shakes. They're moving to seize your father's safety deposit box. First thing tomorrow morning. Where is it? I demand. Downtown First National. She looks up, eyes wide. We have 8 hours before they get it. Terrence grabs his keys. I know a back entrance to the bank. Security's lighter before opening. We can't break in, I protest. But my mind is already racing ahead. We don't have to. Serena pulls out another document. Your father added you as a co-signer last month. It's still valid. I stare at Dad's signature, feeling the weight of his ring. One last gift. One last chance. Okay. I grab my coat. Let's go get our proof before Mom makes it disappear too. Dawn is still hours away as we head into the night, racing against time, and the woman who thinks she's already won. The bank's early morning silence feels like a held breath. I grip Dad's safety deposit box key, watching the manager verify my ID with agonizing slowness. Beside me, Terrence pretends to read a pamphlet about mortgage rates. Serena waits in the car, keeping watch. Everything seems in order, Miss Fletcher. The manager's smile is professional, empty. Though I should mention, we received an unusual call about this box. My heart stutters. Oh? From your mother. She expressed concerns about your emotional state, given your recent loss. Of course she did. I force my face to stay neutral, channeling Mom's own practiced calm. I appreciate her concern, but as you can see, I'm a legal co-signer. He hesitates, then nods. Follow me, please. The vault door opens with a heavy clang. As we follow him down the narrow aisle of boxes, my phone vibrates. Michelle. I just talked to your mom. Her text reads. She's really worried. Says you're having some kind of breakdown. Please call me. I switch the phone off, hands shaking. The manager stops at our box, inserting his key. Mine slides in beside it, and the lock turns with a final feeling click. I'll give you some privacy, he says, stepping away. The metal box feels too light as I lift it. Inside lies a single USB drive and an envelope addressed to me in Dad's handwriting. No turning back now. Zariah! Terrence's voice is urgent. We need to go. Through the vault's glass wall, I see Serena rushing into the bank lobby. Behind her, 2 familiar figures in suits, Mom's lawyers. Back exit, Terrence whispers. Now! We slip out through the employee entrance, just as I hear the manager's voice. Ms. Perry, your mother's here? The morning air hits like a slap. We run for Terrence's car, parked in the alley. Serena's already inside, engine running. How did they know? I gasp as we peel away from the curb. Someone must have tipped them off. Serena's knuckles are white on the steering wheel. The bank manager maybe, or Michelle. The realization hits like ice water. She told Mom where I was going. She thinks she's helping. My oldest friend turned into a weapon against me. The betrayal burns worse than I expected. We need somewhere safe to check what's on that drive. Terrence glances in the rearview mirror. My place might be watched now. I know somewhere. Serena takes a sharp turn. But you're not going to like it. 20 minutes later, we pull up to a motel that's seen better decades. A man leans against the wall outside, smoking. When he sees Serena, he straightens up. That's Marcus, she says quietly. He worked in accounting with your dad. He's been helping me gather evidence. I study him through the windshield. Mid-50s, tired eyes, cheap suit. Can we trust him? Your father did. She meets my gaze. He's the one who first noticed the missing money. Your mother tried to buy his silence, but Miguel was my friend, Marcus says, opening my door. His voice is rough with emotion. What she did to him, what she's still doing, it needs to stop. Inside his room, Marcus pulls out a laptop while I insert the USB drive. Documents flood the screen, transaction records, emails, photos, but one video file catches my eye. Watch first. Dad's face fills the screen, recorded in his study. He looks exhausted, afraid. Zariah, if you're seeing this, I'm already gone. What I'm about to tell you. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I tried to protect you, but I only made things worse. Tears blur my vision as he explains everything. How he discovered Mom's scheme, how deep the corruption went, how many lives she'd destroyed, how she threatened to implicate me if he went public. But I found something, he continues. Proof she can't hide from. It's all here, including... The video cuts off suddenly. That was the night before he died, Marcus says softly. He called me right after recording this, said he needed to move everything to the safety deposit box. Said your mother was acting strange. My phone buzzes again, an unknown number this time. The text makes my blood freeze. Such a shame about Michelle's new job offer. Would be terrible if something derailed it. Bring back what you took. 1 hour, you know where. She's going after Michelle's career now. My voice sounds distant, strange. She'll destroy everyone I care about, one by one. Then we end this. Terrence grips my shoulder. Today, I look around at these people. Serena with her haunted eyes, Marcus with his quiet grief, Terrence with his unwavering support, all brought together by Mom's poison, by Dad's final acts of resistance. Yes, I say, Dad's ring heavy on my thumb. Today, I text back one word. Where? The response comes immediately. The house. Come alone. Fine. She wants to face me in the home she's turned into a battlefield? Perfect. Time to show her exactly what kind of daughter she raised. The front door still opens with my old key. Inside, the house smells wrong, like artificial flowers trying to cover something rotten. Late afternoon sun streams through the windows, casting long shadows across the floor where Dad's favorite rug used to be. Mom stands in the living room, dressed for battle in crisp black and pearls. Serena's desk is conspicuously empty, all traces of her presence already erased. I knew you'd come alone. Mom's smile is razor thin. You always were your father's daughter. So predictably noble. Where are your lawyers? I ask, gripping my bag with the USB drive inside. On their way, along with some SEC investigators who are very interested in your recent activities. She gestures to the couch. Sit. Let's talk about how we can fix this mess you've made. I remain standing. Like you fixed things with Dad? Something flickers in her eyes. Your father made his choice. You mean when he chose to expose your fraud, or when he chose to protect me from it? Protect you? She laughs, the sound like breaking glass. He abandoned you, left you with nothing. He left me everything I needed. I pull out my phone, press play on the recording app. Her words echo back. Your father made his choice. She goes very still. You've been recording? Since I walked in, just like Dad did that last night, right before you slipped something into his evening scotch. The color drains from her face. You can't prove that. The toxicology report can. The one Marcus helped me get this morning. The real one, not the sanitized version you paid for. My voice shakes, but my hands are steady. Did you watch him die, Mom? Did you sit there while his heart gave out? You have no idea what it takes to build something. Her mask cracks, showing something ugly beneath. To protect it, he would have destroyed everything. He was trying to save people, the families you stole from, the lives you ruined. I built this life. She steps forward, pearls gleaming like teeth. Everything we had, the house, your education, all of it, came from my work, my sacrifices. Your lies. The words taste like acid. Your murders. Prove it. Her smile returns, cold and confident. You really think anyone will believe you over me? The grieving widow against the unstable daughter? The front door opens. Heavy footsteps approach. Actually, Terrence's voice rings out, they'll believe all of us. Mom turns. Terrence enters, followed by Serena, Marcus, and two people in FBI windbreakers. Agent Torres? One introduces herself, holding up a badge. We've been building a case against your investment firm for months. But Mr. Marcus's evidence about Miguel Fletcher's death? That's new. You really should sweep for bugs more often, Serena says quietly. The SEC might be in your pocket, but the FBI? They've been listening to every word. Mom's composure shatters. She lunges for my bag, but I'm faster. Years of martial arts classes she insisted on finally paying off. We grapple, her nails raking my arm. Something cracks against my jaw, and I taste blood. Karen Perry, Agent Torres barks. Step away from your daughter. But Mom's fingers find my throat, squeezing. In her eyes, I see something I never understood before. She'd rather kill me than lose control. I drive my knee up, breaking her grip. She staggers back, colliding with Dad's antique clock. It topples, shattering against the hardwood. The agents move in, but Mom's already reaching into her jacket. Metal glints. A small pistol. Mom, don't! The gunshot is deafening, but it's Mom who crumples, the bullet hitting her shoulder. Behind her, Terrence stands with his off-duty weapon raised, face grim. You okay? He asks me as the agents secure Mom. I nod, unable to speak, watching them read her rights. She looks smaller somehow, clutching her bleeding shoulder, all her careful polish stripped away. He never stopped loving you, I tell her as they lead her past. Even at the end. That's why it was so easy for you to kill him. She stops, turns. For a moment, I see something like regret in her eyes. Then it's gone, replaced by the cold emptiness I never recognized as a child. Love is weakness, she says. I taught you better than that. No! I touch Dad's ring, feel its steady weight. You taught me exactly what not to become. They take her away, leaving me in the wreckage of the home that was never really mine. Terrence's hand finds my shoulder. Serena and Marcus hover nearby, witnesses to the end of something that broke long before today. Outside, red and blue lights paint the gathering darkness. Neighbors peer from behind curtains, watching Mom's carefully constructed world collapse. I step out onto the porch where Dad used to read, where he taught me about stars and silence and strength. The evening air tastes like freedom and grief and possibility. Behind me, the house holds only ghosts now. Ahead lies something new, something entirely my own. I'm ready to build it. Dawn creeps through the study windows as I pack the last of Dad's books. The house feels different now. Not lighter exactly, but cleaner somehow, like after a storm. Each box I seal contains another piece of the life I thought I knew, transformed into something new. The doorbell rings. Michelle stands on the porch, shifting nervously. I brought coffee, she says, holding up a familiar cardboard tray. And I owe you about 1,000 apologies. I take one of the cups, remembering countless mornings sharing secrets over this same ritual. You didn't know. I should have. Her voice cracks. I've known you since we were 6, known your mom even longer. How did I miss what she really was? She fooled everyone. I lead her into the study, where morning light catches dust motes dancing above half-packed boxes. Even Dad, until the end. Michelle picks up a framed photo. All of us at my college graduation. I saw the news, about the other families she stole from. The restitution hearings start next week? I nod. Serena and Marcus are testifying. We found enough evidence to help most of the victims recover their losses. And you? She meets my eyes. What happens to you now? Before I can answer, footsteps creak overhead. Terrence appears in the doorway, sleeves rolled up, ready for another day of packing. Michelle's eyebrows rise. So that's new? Not exactly. I feel my cheeks warm. He's been here all along. I just wasn't ready to see it. A knock at the front door interrupts whatever Michelle's about to say. Harrison, the family lawyer, enters carrying a thick envelope. "The final paperwork," he says, looking uncomfortable. "And this was in your mother's personal safe. She instructed me to deliver it if, well," he hands me a smaller envelope. Inside is a single key and a note in Mom's precise handwriting. "For when you're ready to understand." "What does that mean?" Michelle asks. "It means she's still playing games." I move to throw the key away, but something stops me. Or maybe... The key's shape is familiar, like the one Dad left in his journal, leading to truth. "The lake house," I breathe. "Dad's old writing retreat. She always hated that place." "Want company?" Terrence asks quietly. I shake my head. "This one I need to do alone." The drive north feels shorter than I remember. The lake house sits unchanged, a small cabin overlooking steel gray water. The key turns smoothly in the lock. Inside, everything is exactly as Dad left it. His reading chair, his half-finished crossword. But on the desk lies something new. A leather journal identical to his. Mom's handwriting fills the pages. Not the controlled script I know, but jagged, desperate words. Miguel knows. He found the transfers. Thinks we can fix this legally, make it right. Doesn't understand what they'll do to us if the truth comes out. To Zariah. "I built this life from nothing. Carved it from the world that tried to break me. I won't let them take it. Not even him. Better a clean end than a slow destruction. Better she hate me than watch them destroy her too. My daughter, my mirror. Stronger than I ever was." The words blur as tears fall. Not forgiveness, never that. But understanding maybe. The smallest shard of truth behind her armor of lies. My phone buzzes. A text from Serena. "Found something else in the records. When you're ready." Always more secrets. Always more truth waiting to be uncovered. But right now, the lake stretches out before me, sunlight dancing on its surface. I think of Dad in his reading chair, finding peace in this simple place. Of Mom's hidden words, revealing the broken pieces that made her who she was. Of the family I'm building now. Terrence's steady strength, Michelle's renewed loyalty, Serena's fierce determination, Marcus's quiet wisdom. I slip Dad's ring off my thumb and place it on the desk beside Mom's journal. Some inheritances we carry forward, others we leave behind. Outside, wind ripples across the water. I stand on the deck where Dad taught me constellations, where Mom refused to vacation, where my own story stretches out before me, unwritten, unmarked, entirely mine. The future tastes like possibility, like freedom, like truth.